Yeah, what's going to happen is when they do, and in fact, we're seeing the procession alone on one of my traffic maps that indicates where there's volume. The procession alone, even though it's moving, is showing a solid line of traffic from I-75 all the way to Canton. If that just gives you some perspective about how big this is. Now, once they do make this exit off of 140, this is Hickory Flat Parkway, it's going to come down to some pretty small rural roads. 140 itself is going to merge into Highway 20. That's Knox Bridge Highway. And again, a much smaller road. I would imagine, hopefully the Sky Tracker is going to stay up. I'm assuming it will. We're probably going to see a tremendous amount of people, just like we're seeing here on this bridge, lining over the top of 575. But once we get into this smaller part of Canton, I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of folks lining Knox Bridge Road, Highway 140, as they slowly wind their way over to the National Cemetery. And it's probably just a few miles. It's not that far outside of Canton, just west. You have to go on the other side of the river. And then once you do that, the cemetery is just to the north of Highway 20. It kind of changes names a few times. Highway 140, Highway 20, just west of Canton. But if you live anywhere in the area of Canton, you're familiar with those smaller roads. So this magnificent and monstrous motorcade and processional that we've been watching is really, it's going to make an impact on this small town as we continue to look at some of this. This is another Sky Tracker shot right here, and you can see the opposite side of traffic slowing down. Folks want to pay their respect, and it's just an amazing thing. And on the right-hand side, that's where we're going to see that procession make their way to that exit, Hickory Flat in Canton, and this thing will slowly start to get into the cemetery, into the parking area. But then you kind of got to wonder, my goodness, where are all these vehicles going to go? And I'm sure they've got something arranged for that. This has been such a coordinated effort. Everything is reopened on Cobb Parkway. Everything is reopened on Chastain Road and I-75. So we are seeing some of those roads that were blocked earlier in the day now reopening. And one shot that we looked at in particular was the fire trucks with the ladders up and the American flag. Actually saw a couple of heavy-duty wreckers extend their own arms and put up a flag themselves. So it's not just law enforcement that's out here or just the civilians in public. I mean, everybody is out here showing their respect. And there goes that motorcade on the left-hand side. There they are. The processional, and this is the part we've been watching here. This is the lead part with the motorcycles and the family right there with them. And as we can see now, they're making this turn onto 140 off of 575. So now they're basically within the area of Canton. So you can see some of these roads are going to get smaller. They'll hit traffic lights, but police will be blocking these intersections. So they will be able to make their way. And there are some folks lining the sidewalk right there. And I have a feeling we're going to see this from this point all the way to the National Cemetery.